I don't think people understand how alone really feels, or like how not having hope really feels.
These young adults just need somebody to have confidence in them, to believe in them because their potential is there. And they just need the support of individuals like their CASA or like Francois, who believes in them and gives them that opportunity to do better.
I was first introduced to Francois after his sister's friend, who is a longtime Dallas CASA volunteer advocate, invited him to one of our continuing education programs. So I'm thinking to myself, well, maybe our young professionals group can host a happy hour at his trendy restaurant.
Really had no clue even about foster care at all. They had brought in 3 kids who had just aged out of foster care. And after the first story, I was already, goosebumps. How did that happen to an American kid in our system? And then the second girl went up and said her story, and I thought the first one was as bad as it gets, and it just kept getting worse and worse. At that point, I had started my first business, gotten out of my first business, was trying to figure out what I really wanted to do with my life. I looked at what I was doing and I was thinking, okay, am I just gonna serve people food for the rest of my life? That meeting and that moment literally dictated the rest of my life. Right when I was born, we had moved to Mexico, and my parents had just went through a big financial situation, and so they were trying to do their best for their kids. We went through a lot in my childhood between moving so much and all the different schools, and so then you hear this, and you're like, you had patty cake season compared to what this is, right? And so I was like, yeah, I'm gonna start this nonprofit. It's gonna provide housing, job placement, therapy, help with schooling, and it's gonna get it all done. I was young and delusional, and a year into it, I was blunt with myself, it's failing. Mainly because they didn't have a substantial job to sustain their career and their lives.
The next thing I heard was that Francois had this coffee shop concept and wants to create supportive employment opportunities and mentorships for young people aging out of foster care. Fast forward, I walk into the original Lala Land Kind Cafe on Greenville Avenue, and I realize Francois has realized his dream.
We opened our first store, and I brought on like 9 youth at once, and it was a tornado. We're 4 years in almost, or something like that now, and it's still not perfect, right? We're still in that mode of figuring it out, but thank God it's a lot better than it was then.
19 when I came to Lala Land. Yeah, I met Francois, and that man hasn't gave up on me since.
I think what foster youth need the most, by far, the top thing ever that is irreplaceable, is someone that cares about them.
Many young people exiting the child welfare system are understandably anxious for that independence, yet many have not earned a high school diploma, and they face so many heightened risks, including incarceration, substance abuse, homelessness, food insecurity, unemployment, and even sex trafficking victimization. Francois understands these young people need a chance.
There's so many people that get second chances that are rightfully so, but what about a first chance for these kids?
I've actually had some youth that have worked with Francois at Lala Land, and that has given them opportunity to not only gain employable skills, but to have the money to get stable housing or to have the reliable transportation. And it actually really just builds their confidence and just gives them the opportunity to better their future.
If one person does it well and starts to win in the industry, then the rest want to follow. And that was really important for me to prove, right? Business should do a lot more than just make money.
Francois has been recognized as a Forbes Under 30 Social Impact Lister. He has expanded to 11 coffee shop locations in Texas and California, and has attracted a recent new investment of $20 million. The New York Times recently featured Francois in a series about social media personalities who are having a very positive impact in their communities. Lala Land's Kind Cafe Drive-By Kindness TikTok series has over 6.6 million followers. He's spreading an incredible message of love, kindness, and acceptance. He's succeeded really beyond what any of us could have imagined.
I always wanted to grow the brand to a great level, to be able to change things between law and foster parents, and also awareness. I didn't know what the problem was, and if you walk out there, 99% of people will have no clue. And so as the company grows and scales, I think we'll be able to make real impact in that sector.
Francois never gave up on me. He's the only one that never gave up on me. So I'm really grateful for that.
For someone to say, like, I believe in you, I want to help you, it's a great opportunity for them to like feel that people actually care about them.
Francois brings that combination of fearlessness, commitment, humility, and hard work that makes his dream work such a great investment and such an achievement worthy of honoring.
When I heard about this award, I sat there and bluntly I teared up a little bit. You have big magazines and these things that go on, and I'm very grateful for CASA.